Hello students, today we are going to discuss about chemical bonding and molecular structure. This is unit for class 11th. So as its name suggests, there is a bonding and that bonding is going to take place in chemicals. So this is called chemical bonding. So to understand it, we have to understand the concept of bond. So here first thing is we must know about the chemical bond. So what is chemical bond? Chemical bond is the attractive force which holds together the constituent particles. Means this is attractive force, or you can say it is the force of attraction which holds the constituent particles. And what are constituent particles? It can be atoms, ions or molecules in a chemical species, right? So on the basis of that, Coasel and Lewis gave a concept. Now first question is why the atoms are going to combine. So on that basis, Coasel and Lewis gave a concept. So according to this concept, atoms take part in bonding to acquire extra stable nearest noble gas configuration. And you know the nearest noble gas configuration is NH2NP6. Due to stable configuration, the noble gas atoms neither have tendency to gain or lose the electrons. Therefore, the combining capacity, or you can say the valency of the noble gas family members is zero, because they are not going to accept or lose the electrons because they are stable enough. They have already stable electronic configuration, that is NH2NP6. And one more thing we have to consider here, that is octet rule. Now according to the octet rule, it is the principle of attaining maximum of 8 electrons in the valence shell of atom, and that is called octet rule, right? So after octet rule we have Lewis symbols. Lewis symbols, or you can say the electron dot symbols. Basically these electron dot symbols, or you can say Lewis symbols, they will express or they will present the valence electrons in an atom, and these valence electrons are represented by placing a dot or cross around the symbol. So you can see, if we consider the example of lithium, lithium has only one valence electron, so one can place a dot over the lithium, right? So this is the Lewis dot symbol, or you can say electron dot symbol. Second, beryllium has 2 valence electron, one can write 2 dots, or you can write you can denote it by cross, because as we have already discussed that valence electrons are represented by placing dot or cross around the symbol. Same for the carbon, valence electron for carbon is 4, so you can place 4 dot or 4 cross around the carbon. And nitrogen, you know, it has 5 valence electrons, so you can place 5 dots or 5 cross. These dots or cross, they are going to represent the Lewis symbol, right? Now moving to ionic bond, and another name for ionic bond is electrovalent bond. Now what is ionic or electrovalent bond? As you know, when a bond is formed by the complete transfer of electrons, it can be 1 electron, it can be more than 1 electrons, from one atom to another, so as to complete their outermost orbits by acquiring 8 electrons, means it has to satisfy the octet rule, right? But in case of hydrogen and lithium, it must have a duplet, means it must have 2 electrons in the valence shell, and in rest of the other cases it must have 8 electrons in the valence shell, right? So hence acquire the stable nearest noble gas configurations. So one thing you have to keep in your mind, that why the atoms are going to combine, because in order to satisfy the extra stability of their electronic configuration. Well, they are in a way to gain or lose the electron, to acquire a 8 electron in the valence shell or 2 electron in their valence shell in case of lithium and hydrogen. So now atoms are electrically neutral. As we know, atoms are electrically neutral. They possess equal number of protons and electrons in terms. They possess equal number of protons and equal number of electrons. That's why the atom as a whole is neutral. So here you can see A is going to lose 1 electron to acquire A plus, means positive charge will acquire by A after losing this electron. After losing this electron, what will happen? Here number of proton exceed than the number of electrons. You can see here number of protons are X for this A, and after losing 1 electron number of protons are same X. But in case of number of electron, here in the starting A has X electrons, but after losing 1 electron it will have X minus 1 in case of A plus. So here number of protons are exceed and number of electrons are less. So here if we consider the reverse of the case, here in B, what is going to happen here? B will acquire 1 electron to get negative charge over B. So this is electron gain process. In electron gain process, what will happen? The number of electron exceed. Remember, in case of electron loss process, number of proton exceed. But in case of electron gain process, number of electron exceed than the number of proton. You can see number of proton initially in case of B, that is X, and here in B minus again it is X. But number of electron here X, because this is going to take 1 electron, so it will be X plus 1 in case of B minus. So here you can say electron gain process, it will have more the number of electron in comparison to proton. So here what will happen? It will acquire negative charge. B will acquire negative charge. You can see, for the sake of simplicity, if we consider the example of NaCl, you will see in Na, if you look over the electronic configuration of Na281, here 1 electron, this will 1 electron is represented by dot Lewis symbol, right? Here chlorine has electronic configuration 287, so these 7 dots are represented here. So it is in sort of 1 electron, right? And it has excess of 1 electron. After losing electron, what will happen? It will have a state like this, 2,8, and it will acquire 1 positive charge because it is going to lose 1 electron. That's why it is having 1 positive charge. And here chlorine is accepting 1 electron from sodium, so there is a complete transfer of electron from this sodium. So this will acquire 1 positive, and here chlorine will acquire 1 negative charge. Now here you will see that the valence electrons are now 8. Initially they were 7, but now it is 8. Here the valence electron are 1. After losing, it will have 8 valence electrons. So both of them, now they have stable electronic configuration. Both of these species, they are going to satisfy the octet rule. That's why this is stable enough, and there is a complete transfer of electron. That's why the process is called complete transfer of electron, and the bond formed is called ionic bond, right? Because positive and negative, there will be quite attractions, electrostatic force of attraction will be there. That's why the NaCl is quite stable. Same thing is going to happen. This calcium will have 2882, right? It will have 2 electrons in the valence shell. These are represented by 2 red dots. Now fluorine has 7 electrons. It is in need of 1 electron, right? It will take 1 electron from this calcium. Another fluorine will take 1 electron from this calcium. So after losing 2 electrons, this calcium will become Ca2 plus, and here its electronic configuration is 288, means it has 8 electrons in the valence shell. It will have stability, and same thing is going to happen in case of fluorine. Now fluorine, initially it has 7 valence electrons. After gaining 1 electron from this calcium, it will have 8 electrons. So you can see 2 and 8 electrons. So both the species are stable enough, and there is a complete transfer of electron from calcium to this fluorine, so they will form an ionic bond. So you will see the calcium fluoride, it will have ionic bond, and NaCl again it will have ionic bond, because there is a complete transference of electrons. So next, if we look over the term electrovalency or electrovalence. Now electrovalency or electrovalence is what? It is the number of electron gain or loss during the formation of ionic linkage is termed as electrovalency of the element. Means in case of sodium has lost one electron, so the electrovalency or electrovalence of sodium is 1, right? Chlorine has accepted one electron, that's why the electrovalence or electrovalency of chlorine is 1, right? Now what are the factors on which the formation of ionic bond depends? So first factor you will see here, first factor is the low ionization enthalpy. Lower is the ionization enthalpy, what will happen? Easier will be the removal of valence electron, and just by doing so formation of positive charge will take place, and greater the chance of formation of ionic bond. And it has been observed that the alkali and alkaline earth metals, that is group 1 and group 2 in the periodic table, they have low ionization enthalpy, so they have greater tendency to form ionic bond. Now if you look over the second factor which is going to affect the strength of ionic bond, so high electron gain enthalpy. Higher is the electron gain enthalpy, now easier will be the addition of electron, means there will be the formation of negative charge, and after formation of negative charge what will happen? Greater chance of the formation of ionic bond. And it has been observed in case of group 17 elements, that is in halogens and oxygens, they have tendency to form what? Ionic bond. Reason being they have high electron gain enthalpy. Next factor is high lattice enthalpy, or you can say high lattice energy. Lattice energy is what? It is the amount of energy released when free ions combine to form 1 mole of crystal is called lattice enthalpy, and it is represented by the capital letter U. You can see here we have free ions in the gaseous state A plus and B minus, cations and anions are there in the free form. These ions are in the free forms. Now when they are going to combine, they will form 1 mole of ionic compounds. This A, you can see this A plus B, this is what? They are going to form solid, and this is ionic solid, and this is 1 mole. And when they are going to combine, a energy, certain amount of energy will release, and that energy is termed as lattice energy. So higher the value of the lattice energy or lattice enthalpy, greater will be the ease of formation of ionic bond. So higher the value of the lattice energy, there is a maximum chances of the formation of ionic bond, or you can say ionic bond will be formed easily when there is high lattice enthalpy. So what we have discussed in this module, we have discussed about the chemical bonds. Thereafter we have discussed why the atoms are going to combine in order to acquire a state of maximum stability, right? Then we have discussed about octet rule and Lewis structures, and what exactly the ionic bonds are, and thereafter we have discussed about the factors which are going to affect the ionic bonds, or you can say the factor on which the formation of ionic bond depends. So I hope you have learned from this video. Thank you so much for watching it. Have a great day.